Tajikistan is very vulnerable to climate change. Over the year, many natural disasters are happening, floods, mud flows, avalanches, and the reason for this is that there is a lot of erosion in the country.
Erosion mainly caused by deforestation. After the Soviet Union collapsed, Tajikistan was torn by uncertainty and civil war. The supply of gas and coal abruptly stopped, and people were forced to cut and burn wood in order to heat their homes and to cook. This had dramatic consequences for the forest sector. Within 20 years, the forest in the region has nearly disappeared.
مثال اینه که این ایام قشلو که مرا اوپراشم بعد همیشه جنگلی چی بود که حتی در روز میراتی خوبونم خیلی دنمیجه خوبانم خیلی
جنگل به جنگل زور بدم ما جنگل میوه بد بعد از طول کمی جنگ شهرمندی سر شد خیلی بریدن و بردن و فروختن و به حکومتی کشید خیلی کم شد بعد با اینا که این برنامه که تشکیل شد با اینا هم مرا شنونده استن جنگل که استن اوبود که استن
در مملکت ما خب جنگ شهروندی سر زد و بسیار جریان ترقیات جمعیت بسیار خلل وارد کرد و اکثریت کارخانه ها فلج شده رفتند.
میدان جنگل پوشگشته ما عموما 3% از مساحت عمومی جمهوری میباشد و این از همه پسترین در مقیاس آسیای مرکزی است.
Only 25 years ago, the forest cover was still up to 30%. But widespread wood cutting led to this vast deforestation. Nowadays, less than 3% of the land are wooded areas. In addition to the pressure caused by cutting, an additional threat for the forest comes from a different source. An increasing number of livestock in search of fodder is causing massive damage in the remaining forest areas. As the pastures become less every year, the animals are forced to eat bushes and little trees in order to survive. In this dangerous environment, and under the constant pressure of climate change, the forest of Tajikistan needs special support to survive. A functional forest sector became a decisive aspect in the attempts to prevent the forest from disappearing. Forestry institutions must become operative and independent. That's where the CAFT project is trying to give an answer.
CAFT is a forest program in Tajikistan to support the government of Tajikistan to establish new forests, to afforestate areas in a way that it can cope with changing climatic conditions and to increase the forest cover in Tajikistan.
بنیاد برقرارکنی جنگلزارها را در بر میگیرد که در دوره لایحه زیاد نمودن میدان جنگلزارهای جمهوری به مقدار 6000 هکتار زمین به نقشه گرفته شده است.
6,500 hectares of forest, the size of 9,000 football fields. More than 4 million trees planted by manual labor. Afforestation done by the local villagers of each region. In the framework of CAFT, these men are contracted and trained to carry out the plantings. The development of forest management plans, afforestation of new forest cover, rehabilitation of the remaining trees, and forest protection are the core activities of the project. The lack of trees weakened the soil in many areas critically, leading to erosion and landslides.
پیش از همه در نوبت اول برای آنکه برای اروزی زمین مطابق شوی با تغییرات اقلیم این کار ما برامون داریم و چخیلی که ما می‌بینیم سال به سال اقلیم تغییر افتاده است و ما لازم دانستیم که همین کارا را پیش گیریم و جنگلزارهای موجوده را نگاه داریم و اینچنین برقرار کنیم و چیش جنگلزارها را زیاد نماییم.
Due to climate change, the summers are becoming hotter and drier, and the rainfalls in spring shorter but more intense. Difficult circumstances for young seedlings to grow. Part of the project was the implementation of nurseries in which young trees can grow until they are strong enough to survive in nature. The nurseries on one side guarantee a stable supply of seedlings of good quality. On the other side, they are an urgently needed source of work.
خیلی مهمه. مو شوهرم بیکاره، دائمی زندگی 6 تا فرزند دارم، در خونه بیکار، خیلی 3 تا استودنتن، مو خیلی زندگی وزمینه. برای همین ما خیلی می‌نه داریم که در همینجا کار میکنیم، خیلی مبلغ نقد به دست میاریم، ما می‌نه داریم. وزمین میشید زندگیمون، بیکار همه در خونه. خیلی وزمین میشید. این کار نمیشید با ممکن با دولت‌های روسیه میرفتیم، کارمون وزمین در همینجا. همینجا شکرانه خدا که می چی هسته ما کار میکنیم، وقت ما خوش میشوه.
Apart from the state nurseries, CAFT also supported the foundation of 80 smaller tree nurseries, which are privately owned. This provides the forest sector with reliable partners and offers employment for the community. Packed and loaded, seedlings from different nurseries are brought to the planting sites. These trucks and further working vehicles were handed over to the Leshorst by the CAFT project. They are part of an all-over capacity building. In the hands of the planter, these seedlings finally find their way into the ground. The tree species differ from site to site and area to area. It's always a mix of 4 to 5 local nut trees, fruit trees and shrubs chosen for afforestation. The aim is to bring the forest back to how it was before. These kinds of plantings are called direct afforestation. Fully organized by the Leshorst and meant for slopes at remote locations. For areas close to the communities, CAFT developed a different way of forest rehabilitation, the JFM approach. JFM means Joint Forest Management and aims to include the rural population intensely into the process of forest protection and forest management. JFM users get access to Leshorst land. This land they can use and cultivate by themselves according to JFM plans agreed by the local Leshorst.
The JFM approach is an approach where local villages have been offered a land lease for 25 years to plant trees, to maintain the existing forests, but also to have harvest, to have access to resources.
اینا میوه خوکش میوریم اینا ازم چی میکنیم ازم میکنیم اینا علو میکنیم خواهی هم ما همی زندگی من روی هم جنگله نمی خسال با همی شرنما میمندیم خواهی سه بچه میخونه اینا نیست تو در همون سوم قطعی میخونی و خوزی همون میتیم خواهی نبوی نمی زندگی خونه با طلبه داریم هم میورم همی جنگل ما استفاده میبریم اینجا هم جنگله دیگه هیچ نیست جای کور نیست نمی جنگل هم ما همی جنگل داریم همی جنگل کار میکنیم.
این راهی بهترینی که در حال حاضر موجود است همین میباشد با فکر من که برای که جلب نمودن خلق مردم هر یک شهروند برای حفظ حمایه و بنیاد جنگلزارها این کاری به نهایت خوب و بهتر میباشد برای که در مفکوره هر یک شخص جو کردن ممکن است که جنگل چقدر با چه مشکلی بنیاد می شود.
یکم که کاری خودی خواجگوی جنگل مسئول می گردن. دوم از محصولاتی که در آینده به دست می بیاید خودی استفاده برنده استفاده میکند و این نگرانیده شده است باز به همون بلند برداشتن سطح اهالی محل و نیک اهالی آنها.
It's a triple win. The Forest Agency, which has just a small number of staff, gets support in reforesting the country. In addition, they receive a share of the harvest benefit as a rent for the provided land, a welcomed reinforcement for their very limited budget. The villagers, on the other hand, benefit from a wide range of forest products like nuts, fruits and firewood.
یعنی بویگری میشود، جنگل کشید همه بویگری هم یک اکنوم میشود. جنگل هم آبادی میشه، هم برای خودمون هم برای دیگران هم یک چیزی آبادی است. زندگی مردم حساب همین جنگل هم ایزوم علاوه این علف برای ما هم برای دیگر ادارهای رایون هم ممکن که فایده بیاره. این جنگل ما ایزومشو علفش میخرن، ایزومش سودا میکنن.
As part of the contract, the JFM contractors receive seedlings. Like the trees for direct afforestation, these seedlings are also raised in less horse nurseries. The nurseries play a leading role in comprehensive capacity building for the forest institutions. Regular field visits make sure that the given support is successful. Amongst other things, the capacity building includes the construction or renovation of office sites and the support with equipment like forest tools, vehicles and agricultural machinery. In a country where financial possibilities are so limited and the terrain is so challenging, the machinery marks an essential factor in a functioning less horse.
زمین می‌بینید که چندین سال‌ها از کشاورزی و از همگونه نمودهای مقصد چه تربیت چه طبیعت باز مانده بود. تصمیم گرفتیم که با یاری تراکتورهای و با یاری مردم همین از نو جنگل رو بنیاد کنیم.
تکنیکا کاری ما را به چند حوزه چیز کردگی است. تکنیکا بود، با تکنیکا ما حالا در یک روز درست کردیم، تیار کردیم، با صحرا بردیم و جنگل بردیم شنوندیم. اگر تکنیکو نمی بودن ما این کارا از گذشت آمدن نمیتونستیم.
We have invested intensively in the capacity, in the machines, in the equipment of the Lesrosses and the Forest Agency, but especially in the planning and the sustainable forest management needs further support in the implementation and the execution.
Tajikistan is one of the poorest countries in Central Asia, and the possibilities of the national budget are limited, and we do not see that the national budget is able to allocate funds for investments into this sector. They made progress, but in order to make the project more sustainable, we think that further support is needed.
Fahor. Here, the climate change shows its impact already very clearly. It's one of the hottest areas in Tajikistan. In summertime, the temperature may climb over 45 degrees. Very difficult circumstances for afforestation.
سمت‌های اساسی که ما نیاز داریم این حتما تکنولوژی حاضر زمان پیشقدم آبیاری کنی و نگاه بینی جنگل میشه. حتما اگر ما در این مسائل تکنیکی مالیوی اگر در همین سمت‌ها یاری می‌رسوندن ما فکر می‌کنم که جنگل‌های ما با طور اولا بنیاد برقرار کرده میشه.
The management of water resources and providing irrigation to the limited slots which can be used for agriculture is really a big challenge here in the country, and a lot of more investments are needed to rehabilitate the existing irrigation system from the Soviet times, but also to implement new technologies and to make the system more efficient through the use of modern technologies.
Young plantations require 3 to 4 years of watering during the summer period. These little pipes are part of a cleverly devised new irrigation system. Each pipe reaches deep to the roots of the young seedlings. Only with new methods like this can the less horse handle the harsh climate in the region. Even for growing the seedlings, a new technique had to be invented. Plastic bags to protect the roots against livestock, fertilizer to make the seedlings stronger and more robust. Even the insensitive pistachio tree is barely able to grow naturally on the hot slopes of Fahor anymore. Only with this new method afforestation of the species is still possible. This nursery specializes in the cultivation of pistachio trees. It's the only less horse in Tajikistan that uses this technique to grow the seedlings. Like all the nurseries, it has to adapt to the characteristics of the local environment. It will take up to 10 years until these little seedlings reach their full size. Afforestation is a slow process, but with every year the trees' service for the ecosystem grows. The activities implemented now would show their effect in the future.
کل این منطقه برای آباد کردن این منطقه که شود آباد شود اگر ما استفاده بران که نبیروی ما یا فرزندای ما این استفاده بران برای آبادی همین وطن برای قشلاق خدمت که مثلا که آباد شود مردم همین ساحه استفاده بران
نقشه ما در آینده زندگیمون باید نقص‌تر شود. ما محنت میکنیم زندگیمون نقص شود. روزی فرزندامون بگذرونیم فرزندامون خانه‌دار چی کنیم بالای وظیفه شون فرزندای ما هم بخونن.
Especially in times of climate change, forests play an essential role for each region. A complete loss of the forest would have dramatic consequences for the land and for the people living on it. Only when the trees find their way back to the mountain slopes, a stable environment for coming generations can be provided. With the support of the CAFT project, the Forestry Agency could make the first steps towards a green Tajikistan. But it is still a long and stony way to go.